quick little thing fast, right quick. I just caught like a little reading of, I thought about why, one of the reasons, I think I spoke about this in the older video, which is getting to this point, about to start regurgitating a lot of stuff I already did. But it's cool, because I got newer people coming, so I got to keep informing. But still go watch them older videos, though. But anyway, I was thinking about like my nocturnal nature and how a lot of it stems from my body, well, my spirit, my soul, intuitively knowing and feeling that also, like, because I was looking at the aspect of lately, I've been getting back to that vibe of the way I was in Baton Rouge with my house. Now, in which now looking at it, where at one time it was like because of my job, I was working nights, so I was, being more nocturnal on that level, sleeping more in the daytime. But I'm seeing myself get back to that level intuitively. And what I was gonna say is because my soul, my spirit could feel the quietness around me of the nighttime. Cause see, at night, like especially late at night, not only is the witching hour, matter of fact, and on the astrological level, midnight is Saturn hour or the Capricorn hour. Also, so that's something, But yeah, being up at night, matter of fact, again, the three in the morning, 4 in the morning energies where the information come through. And two, I do feel that. That's another reason why, since I'm a Capricorn that's into making sure if I'm not working, I'm not living, I got to be working on my business. And then two, got a little bit of that Sagittarius energy of being a philosopher, you know what I'm saying? And, dealing with the, learning on occult information, things of this nature. So, you bring those two vibes together, you get somebody that loves to, be up at night, in those quote unquote witching hours, getting that information. But alongside with that, you could also feel the world being asleep at that time. And especially right now, being in a bigger city that, which purposely they try to make these cities, quote unquote, never sleep, to throw off your rhythms. But there's also the asterisk of the situation where, we're not meant to be sleeping all day, every day anyway, and we all have different little biorhythms of how our body get down with that situation. Or how you say it, circadian or Arcadian rhythms. Probably saying that a little wrong, so I digress. But certain rhythms that deal with our sleep and wake process. But anyway, you could feel, like say for instance, well, when I'm up at night, it's like I feel like, all right, bro, most of the world sleep. Like, cause as an empath, I'm starting to realize too how much on a empath level or being sensitive to energy level that your energy zone that you feel way farther outside of your close proximity of your body. We feel way more farther out than that, in which a lot of us do. Cause matter of fact, I got a video where I speak on the different types of empaths, and some of us are more global empaths than others, as far as like, well, whatever the collective going through, that one person, may go through it, fully. Matter of fact, my sister, the goddess Dom, that's what she goes through. She's an empath for the collective of women, for the divine feminine. She hears a bunch of voices that, for the better or worse, she might not always want to listen to, you know what I'm saying, in essence. And not on no bad level like that, but, just hearing things that, hearing people cries and stuff like that, but also hearing the good as well, but, because that's the thing with the state of being that the divine feminine is in, it's like a battered place trying to get to a better place. So those voices gonna be mixed, But again, we empaths on different levels. One person might be an empath to oak trees everywhere, and they could hear the voices of oak trees all over the world, and mostly just particularly oak trees. You know what I'm saying? Because as above, so below. That's almost being an empath to that particular tree species or whatever. It's just like they got some elementals that are particular to a certain tree species or plant species or a certain area, things of this nature. But again, getting back to the nocturnal behavior, it's like, and just me going with the flow of things. Because lately, matter of fact, I've been at this park, what it is, Grand Park, but it doesn't open. It's downtown LA and it doesn't open till 5:30 in the morning. So when I'm on this end, you know, I kind of vibe out late at night, you know, watch a little anime, learn to watch a few little informational videos, whatever, read a little bit, and then I just kind of go to sleep at the little 5 o'clock point, you know what I'm saying, and then wake up. But again, going with the flow, because every day is not going to be like that for me. It's going to be a day where it's more beneficial to wake up at the crack of dawn and be to sleep early, you know. But for me, honestly, my experience. So again, and that's why you do your own thing and learn how to do your own thing and listen to your own intuition, because this was watching this video, in essence, is just more of my perspective and not like, oh yeah, everybody do this. But I mean, well, everybody should do this as far as like, you know, listen to yourself, you know what I'm saying, as far as the sleeping habits, you know. Of course, these books and all this spiritual knowledge is like, you know, wake up at the crack of dawn every day perfectly, you know, and think about that though, perfectly every day at the crack of dawn, when there's the feminine aspect that's also a part of God that says, hey, I'm unpredictable, I'm chaos. Every morning you won't wake up and be able to do this, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know, again, going with the flow, you know, adding the structure when see fit and going with the flow otherwise, you know what I'm saying? It's that balance, you know. But I definitely, so if you find yourself like really loving to be up at night, you know, longer, and because at night we more by ourselves, you know, we could feel that there's less brain activity on the 3D dimension, at least, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody brain activity the mostly shifted from 3D to high dimension, you know, they more in the astral planes now. And that's because some people are so disconnected, they don't dream or do none of that. They just physical bodies, and all they could get out of life is physical things. That's why a lot of people promote physical nature and try to suppress connection to spirit. People promote computers, like, you know, physical technologies, because they can't connect things of this nature. So that's a part of the warfare as well, you know, the draconian, you know, reptilians, you know, they don't have that psychokinesis in that sense, you know. Basically psychokinesis is like the law of attraction, like what we focus on go. Basically what y'all don't realize is basically all of it, like, you know, the movies where you see the people move things with their mind and stuff like that. Well, think about it. You got the ability to not only move things with your mind, but to create things with your mind. Picture that you could make something materialize in your face from thinking about it. Like that's, you know, that's a true power. And some archons or fallen angels are jealous of that situation, you know, because they don't have that ability. But I digress. But again, I just realized, you know, like when you're up in the daytime, you know, you could feel all these voices. You could feel that, especially being around a bunch of physical, you know, people physically in the daytime, you could feel it. But like, say for instance, even if you was in a secluded area for the time being in the daytime, you could just still feel like outside of you how everything is moving, you know, like everything. But compared to at night, it's like, it's just me and the little rats that's crawling in and out of the drains. Myself, the birds, the trees, you know what I'm saying, the other few people who are up in these moments, you know what I'm saying. But you could just feel the quietness, the quiet vibration of the surroundings, where again, like, and just to show you how real this is, a feeling outside of you, well, all right, well, it could be like nighttime. All right, say for instance, if you was at a concert at night and the concert at day. Oh no, let me switch it around. So if you was at a concert, you're around a bunch of people, you know, you feel a vibe. It's at night, you know, and you feeling everybody around you, but you could also feel like, all right, outside of here, it's very desolate. Like everybody's sleeping outside of this. Even though I'm in this concert in this noisy place right here, you know, I could feel that everybody's sleeping, you know, outside. And then on the vice versa tip, you know, it could be daytime and you could be in a little quiet place, extremely quiet library or soundproof room, but you could feel like, there's so much going on outside of this little door, you know what I'm saying? So it's like just feeling the vibe, you know. But I digress. Peace. Happy now, of course. Now is a vibrate. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now I'm about to roll up by the courthouse. Actually, that's pretty cool. Couldn't do this in Louisiana. Matter of fact, and that's another thing that's so surreal. Like after experiencing how lenient the herb laws are out here, it makes me feel like I could never almost go back home unless it's like, bruh, I'm gonna feel like I'm going to a third world country now. Like literally, like to be persecuted. The fact that by crossing a few state lines, I go from not being a criminal to being a criminal. It's all because of a plant. Quote unquote criminal, because none of us are criminal. Even if they call you a criminal from being in their system, you're still not no criminal, and don't call yourself that. But I'm just using it for the, for the explanation of the situation. But peace, y'all.